We go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to bring ourselves into a moment of presence and consider how we're all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat, ultimately. At the end of the day, looking back at it, we're going to be like, oh yes, it should have been very clear that that was the case right from the get-go. But unfortunately, all of us weren't on the same page as it relates to today. Every single one of us are in today, in the exact same today that every single other person is as well. And it is one of those things that we beautifully touched on even. It feels like it's uniquely your own. Today feels like it's uniquely your today. It's not someone else's today, right? If you had a bad day, it's you who had that bad day. And sometimes you having a bad day can completely be in contrast to someone else having a very good day. And if you two had to, by chance, stumble upon each other, had to walk into a room together and walk into each other, the good day person and the bad day person might have themselves influenced by each other, right? The person who had a bad day could potentially have their day be made a little bit better by the person who had a good one, and vice versa is true as well. It's also true that the person who had a good day can make the person who had a bad day's day worse by them having had a good day. Hello, Pa. So, in that way, it's very hard for us to agree on the boat that we're in, to collectively understand that there is no separation. Being in this day together, 8 billion of us, having woken up at different times, having gone to sleep at different moments, having spent time with different people in our lives, having been asked to do different things, expected to add value in one way or another. I'm trying to formulate in my mind the best way to close the gap again. As I look at rain falling in the distance. Considering stuff like that as well. Right now, directly above my head, there's no rain, but I can so clearly see rain falling on that mountainside. The world is so big. Maybe that's also one of the things that makes it difficult for us to see ourselves as in the same boat. It's because of how big the earth is. And I feel the internet has helped us close that gap just a little bit. We're more aware of the things happening on the other side of the world than we've ever been, and with more immediacy as well. Again, there is this unfortunate caveat of only the most polarizing, the most potent the most approved of messages end up coming through and end up reaching our collective minds. I rarely wake up in the morning and get to see the bestest Estes news, right? The bestest Estes news that I've gotten recently is the whole quantum computing, the topo conductor revelation. That's probably like the bestest Estes news that I got. And even that news looks like it's widely underhyped, right? And again, it's because it's not that impressive just yet in its current state, and it'll only become very impressive when we can put more of them on a chip. But still, it's a big deal, pretty big deal. And it's like we cannot really allow ourselves to be excited in the same ways we might have allowed ourselves before. And it definitely has a lot to do with where we're at right now. In which boat we are. Maybe we used to be all in the same boat, and maybe that has changed. I'm pretty sure I'm looking at a falcon right now. He has a sharp face and talons bigger than what I'm used to seeing on burbs. I won't be able to show you on the camera, unfortunately. He's very far away. But like that entity, he's also in the same boat, metaphorically speaking, as we're talking about. He's in the same boat of being a bird. However, the boat of being a bird he's in is more murderous than the boat of being a bird that is a budgie or a little finch. I'm thinking about where we find ourselves. There is a pug, puppy in the office today. All these critters on this boat. So many of them, huh, Jean? Billions and billions of critters on planet Earth at the same time. Being amongst them. Getting to be one of the critters on planet Earth that actually chooses to show up and love. Bringing the peace that is our experience into these moments. Lovins to you too, Kristen. So much love to you. There was a point I made a little bit earlier about how some parts of the boat is closer to the ocean than other parts of the boat, relatively speaking. And those parts that are very close to the ocean might experience a little bit more rapids or crashes or twists and tussles. So much more turbulence can be enacted upon you if you are close to the place in which the tide rages. And I'm in a place where I don't really see a problem with it. Right? That if I'm close to the tides or far away from it, I can still find beauty in my experience no matter where I stand. In fact, I take pride in bringing that beauty with me wherever I go. I've been thinking a lot about wanting to be better. I'm in that boat right now. And it's interesting to see how that looks like. For me, it's very much related to my ability to speak, my ability to, in a way that they really do feel like they're being respected for their time and for their effort of showing up. And it is this matter of, I think, again, like a self-reflection that is not always healthy. I feel bad sometimes about the fact that I'm not more valuable, that what I have to say isn't even more valuable, right? More succinct, more clear, more certain. And I am definitely battling a part of myself that's trying to measure up to the standards that I want to maintain. But I feel like that it's that as well. It's not like I'm measuring myself against bad standards. Maybe it's that I'm measuring myself against the highest standards. How much can I expect of myself? And then the answer that screams in my subconscious is everything. We expect everything. Everything is expected. And again, I I get it. I get it. I'm willing to give everything. Because everything is all I have to give. Giving you my everything. It's been so nice watching those clouds slowly approach. This is what I've been looking at this whole time. Yeah, you can see that. Nice. Right? It's just like I've been watching those mountains get enveloped by those rains. Coming closer and close. And I zoom in more. Try and get past the weird focus. Maybe this is a better view. I don't know. Getting to look at it with you friends. Watching those mountains disappear in the background as the rain slowly approaches. There's like a bunch of things bouncing around in my head right now. I feel especially the conviction of what boat we're in right now is the thing that really came through to me in the previous stream. Hey, there's a rainbow forming. You see that little rainbow light right there? Nice. Spots and rainbows. Rainbow. No, do not focus. Do not focus on that. Focus on this. Yeah, I need a piece of rainbow. We take those. I love myself some piece of rainbow. Yeah. Coming back to what resonated with us today in this stream. That the boat that we're in is today. And if we're in the boat of today, we need to find ourselves some sort of task that we excel at. Right? And ensuring that this boat that is today continues taking us towards our destination, that is the future. That is where we're going. And if we can do so, we can ensure we see beautiful things like little rainbows. That looks like a little slice of psychedelic sky. Just a little slice of rainbow. That's like the brightest spot of rainbow that instantly disappears into nothingness that I've ever seen. Pretty cool, actually. My eyeballs are seeing. Yes. It's very satisfying looking at that bright spot. Feels like I'm tripping out. Feels like I'm seeing something my eyes are not supposed to see. Oh, there's another piece of rainbow. Right there. You see it on the corner? It's not as visible because of how bright the other one is, but underneath that tree there's another rainbow band forming. It's so freaking cool. You see that piece of rainbow, Pippi? Can you see it? So very psychedelic. What a world we live in. Seeing stuff like this really does drive home to me how little I know. Right? Like I understand, relatively speaking, what's happening in front of my eyeballs. But I'm also very much capable of understanding the perspective of people in the past. Like if I was some cave person seeing that right now, I would lose my absolute mind. I'd be like, the gods are doing something there. Surely the gods are doing something. Look at them doing something. They're so pretty. Ah, it's going away. Looks like the sun is setting slowly but surely. I want to absorb all of that light into my body. Right? Because as my eyes are pointing at it, surely there is some absorption happening. Not just yet, no. The second band disappeared, but the first one is still there for a moment. Yes. To have an experience of being a person on Earth looking at a rainbow. If that's all I came to Earth for, I think I'll be happy. Is there something there? Is there something there? No, it doesn't look like you're. Hello! Hello, Kobe! Hello! Oh. Okay. Returneth. Double rainbow. It's psychedelic. It is a pleasure talking to her and hearing things like that. Psychedelic. I would have never. I do appreciate your friends. Thank you for joining me today, for finding yourself here. I did say that today's horizontal stream, at least, might be a little bit short. If you want to catch up on the deets, the vertical stream probably has you covered. I appreciate you friends for joining me. When is the last time you watched the double rainbow guy video? It's worth revisiting. Double rainbow guy video? Double rainbow guy video. The Yosemite one?
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. All the way. Double rainbow. Oh my god. It's a double rainbow all the way. Whoa, that's so intense.
Whoa. Whoa. Love is true. Poem? I'll happily reread it again. Thank you, Sean. I did think about it and I was like, nah, people don't care. I wish I was joking, but the fact that you asked means that people do care. So, boom, get schooled myself, I say. Flower, one time. One time I show. Mojo, I reference to that still quite often. All right, now for the poem. The space between. The world is a rope pulled tight, a battle of hands of weights of will. Each side digging in, each voice sharpened to a spear. Choose, pick a side, fight or be forgotten. And so the winds rise, the tides thrash, the fire spreads wild in every direction, consuming even those who only meant to hold a spark. But have you ever stood where the storm forgets to rage, where the wind catches its breath, where the ocean sews itself into a mirror, where time slows just enough for you to hear your own thoughts again? That is where clarity lies. Not in the shouting, not in the push and pull, but in the quiet weight of seeing both sides, without being swallowed by either. You are not indecisive. You are not lost. You are the deep inhale before the world exhales. You are the space between the fists, the calm between the waves, the silence that makes music. Let them push. You stand steady. Not because you refuse to move, because you know the strongest thing of all is knowing when to hold. Just knowing when to hold, dear friends. Holding here with you. We care so much. I know. That's the best part, Kristen. It's like you can keep telling me over and over. You have to. You have to keep telling me over and over because the imposter syndrome, the imposter monster, as we have dubbed it, doesn't sleep. Relentlessly keeps breaking us down. Love is true. It moves me for sure. Thank you, friends, for joining me. It really is a pleasure having you here for these moments. I love you. And I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Till we do it again.